to a new Gwent video. Today it's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do a new deck or anything that's like experimental. We are going to instead focus on mainly players who want to improve their play with Skellige Self-Wound. I'm going to try to make this as educational as possible and how to play this deck at a very high level. I find that this archetype, while it's taken a ton of nerfs, is still incredibly strong. I think the complexity of playing it is fun, and I find it enjoyable, but it's also highly competitive and can be played to the highest levels of Gwent. And it's my choice for climbing Skellige, which is currently my second highest MMR for this season's rankings. So I'm just going to be playing some games with it and trying to talk through my thought process. Mainly this video is targeted towards more intermediate type players who are looking to learn how to play Self-Wound. Maybe they haven't tried it in the past, or they're just maybe even like more advanced pro players who are trying to find a deck with Skellige that they can consistently push up the pro ladder with. So yeah, just to start, the core about Self-Wound is that the deck really revolves around just a few core package of cards. You've got your Troll, you've got Svalblood, you've got Sigvald, Totem, Turtle, and Nut. Then you have Right, which is also auto-include because it brings back one of these cards, one of these powerful units. Generally, Sigvald is probably the most common target. You can bring back the Svalblood though also if you have to commit him in round 2, say to defend a bleed. But you can bring back the Nut if it gets answered, whereas the other things don't, depending on your matchup. Just whatever you need with this card, but this is the core of the deck. Everything else really is what you run just based on what gets nerfed in the Balance Council or meta choices. But I would say Sarah's Fearless has sort of found her niche as almost auto-include to make this deck work, because she's just so powerful in what she does, especially if you have stuck a Sigvald to the board or a Turtle, and then you can use her in the round with Svalblood. Because this card, the thing with it, is that, and at the end of the day, about Self-Wound in general, which has managed to take so many nerfs and still be, I would definitely say, is still the strongest SK deck that there is because at the end of the day, Balance Council can only change points and provisions, and abilities rule. Abilities are what makes cards good. Cards with awkward or useless abilities will never be good until you just give them so many points that they play above their provision. But cards like this, ceiling on Svalblood is the highest, maybe the highest arguably in the game. Playing up against a Swarm deck, it just blows up the entire opponent's board. If you develop your board state to handle it, it gives your board points almost, while completely removing the opponent's. So it's just incredibly strong still, and I don't think there's any way to ever make it not, because of the ability to spawn more Fanatics and just keep bursting. And then we have Troll. This is really your only control tool in the deck. This card is going to synergize nicely onto the Draco Turtle, the armor synergies, as well as onto the Sigvald. Generally, you're looking to keep your combo pieces for round 2 and 3. So that's another theme with Self-Wound. You really don't want to be committing golds into round 1. If you do need to defend the coin, you have your click here, and generally what I'll play is like this little bronze combo with Svalblood Priest and the Armored Drakkar, which turns into a nice little engine, about 2.5 points per turn when it goes off. And then I'll probably play like a Build Carl is the only gold that I'll commit into round 1 in order to defend the coin so that you don't lose on even, because he's a nice tempo slam, and generally can keep the loss on even if you have him. That's the main point of him in the deck. We are running a Neuromancy, and Maxi for consistency. Maxi's just sort of to look in the deck and make sure that you're going to draw enough of your key golds and your Nero in order to get all of them. And you know, if you're not, if you need to reshuffle it, she can really win you the game. She can prevent you from losing, at least outright. And very nicely synergizes with Sarah's, where she can put her all the way to the bottom and free up all of your mulligans so that you don't have to worry about bricks. So I believe that this is just the best way to run consistency in the deck. I've seen other people do it other ways. I believe that this is optimal, because you know, you want to tutor out high value artifacts, but you also want to tutor out high value cards, because you need your combo pieces together, or else you won't be able to get the points that they can actually achieve. So that's the thing about this deck. It has a low floor and it has an incredibly high ceiling, because a Sigvald might be a 7-point card on its own, but when you can combine it with the nut and Mardromes, and Cartrolled, it becomes incredibly powerful. So some of the one thing I'd like to point out, and that's the main weakness of Self-Wound, is going to be draws. If you get pushed in round 2 and you don't have the proper combos in order to defend that, you'll be in big trouble, and you'll see that in one of these games that I lose. And namely, you need certain combo pieces to defend yourself, and that's Sigvald and Nut. You can imagine these two go together, okay? The turtle is gonna... the turtle's kind of a floater between different things. It can get synergy in multiple places. Generally, the turtle's with the Cartrolled, and the Svalblood is going to be with the totem. If you say you draw just turtle, Sigvald, and totem, as you'll see in a game, Sigvald, totem, and turtle, these can't really create each other points. The totem can sort of click the turtle. It's not really going to get you anywhere, though. It's going to get the turtle up maybe 10 points for 10, and that's not what you're looking to get. It doesn't generate enough points on Sigvald quickly, so that's not gonna get you there. You need these other key cards to synergize with them. So you have to think of Self-Wound in your commitments as, oh, I'm going to commit this package to defend this round, and this package to defend this round. Okay, the opponent is swarming. I'm going to play Totem, and I'm going to jam Svalblood late in the round. I'm going to save Nut and maybe Sigdrifa's right to bring this Sigvald back, and my final Cartrolled click in a short round 3 to win that round. So that's sort of how you have to map it out in your head, what you're going to commit and what you're going to keep as your win condition in the final round. And it can be totally okay to spend Svalblood into a deep round 2, as you'll see, in order to win the round a card up. And you can just keep holding on to this card until your opponent plays that big point slam, or they play out their win con thinking they're going to 2-0 you. Svalblood will completely flip the script on them, as you'll see in some of these games. In terms of the 4 provisions, I think the most synergistic are Mardromes. These are fantastic. They go onto the Drakars. They go onto your Sigvald, which is the main target. You can go onto your turtle, make it even taller. And then that's going to make the Nut go crazy on the Sigvald. Pause. And then Verification's also great. It answers Novigrad. It answers the Harmony scenario. So those are huge things. And just like Siege, Mutagenerator is one that you really need it for. But it's just generally good. You can use it on your own artifacts at the end of the round if you need to also. And it creates a bear, so synergy. Even though it doesn't actually trigger anything, but it's a bear, so we play it. I already talked about Maxi. I only play 1 Dwim because I think it's greedy not to. You could play 2 if you really want to go for a higher ceiling on the Cartrolled, and your matchups are only Devotion and decks that can't answer your scenario or your location. But I kind of like the priests. The priests are good. They draw answers, and if your opponent doesn't answer them, then sometimes you can contend round 1 even just with priests and Intercars and maybe Vildkarl and kind of have a chance if they don't answer them. Other than that, it's just 4P tech fillers, and you can put in what you want. If you really want to run Squirrel, you can. If you really want to run Peller instead of Crow's Eye, you can. But generally, I just kind of like Crow's Eye because of the poisons. And this is for a lock. Then you have this as a tall punish because you really don't have a tall punish in this deck. So I like Spores to be able to beat like Vi easier in a short round. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll jump into some games with it, and you'll see sort of how it plays, and hopefully this helps you in your own way of learning Self-Wound. So pretty much it. Okay. Looks like we got Rain. Generally, Rain is a Renfrey deck, which means that they shouldn't be able to deal Archetype, and they also have 1 lock and Aguara, no poisons, so we'll rather keep this. It's 1 point more for the Aguara lock. We're on red coin here. We don't have to worry about like discarding anything. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So it'd not be the best hand if we're on blue coin. Luckily we're on red, so it's kind of okay. But yeah. I'm just gonna play this Vial here and not interact with the board. Range should be pretty unfavored versus Self-Wound. Generally, any deck that deals a lot of random damage is gonna struggle versus us. And as a red coin, we're just gonna try and massively bait any type of tall punish or removal of that kind.
The sea demands a race.
Sure. All of these cards are like pretty strong. Vildkarl's good. We're not going to be able to deal with the tempo. He's got all these thinning cards, right? This is a deck that really likes to push in round 1. And I think from our perspective, from having a red coin here, we don't commit anything outside of 4 provision cards. Don't need to worry about winning the round. He's committing both of his messengers here. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. A lot of his tempo is gone. Generally, their round 2 push has to start out a bit slower. They don't have 7+ points hopping out of the deck. They will get some out of the deck once the 4 provision fish come out. Unfortunately here we're missing the Sigvald. It's definitely a card we want. This may force us into a situation where we have to play Totem and Svalblood to hold the round. I may even get rid of the Sigdrifa's Right just because we don't have a target for it. Okay, we do miss the Aniro. I would really love to see Maxi, even Priest, you know, any of these cards, but we did miss both Maxi and Aniro. That can happen, and then, you know, your combo pieces are crucial, right? Because your nut really can't get value without Sigvald. You can get some off Draco Turtle, but generally it's going to go right through Draco Turtle's armor too quickly. So here, we will go with this. I think we're gonna take this card here, the Missile, because I don't think random damage on the crows matters too much. Because he can play Kelpie and just get those back. We're gonna hold off on this totem too. We'll probably play Drakkar. We may commit the nut into it.
And you shall pay it.
I mean, we could take this click right away. Maybe on the Berserker. So this is a card that's threatening to go tall. Don't mind doing it. I doubt if he wants to pass, that's fine with me. But that should be. And this also gives good value to this card, which damages itself. So I think this thing's ceiling throughout the round is worth over 20 points. So it's worth doing. We can reset the order with Dwim if he decides to pass due to it. And go into the long round 3 where we should be heavily favored. As long as we can draw a card or two, we should be okay. We won't have last say, but I don't know. Should be okay. He might be able to kill one thing, but we did get a Nero, so I think got this. Now we could risk it since we are missing both Turtle and Sigvald. And I think it's probably worth it to do that. And we do find the gold, so now we get the other gold, and we should be doing really well. We'll start with the. I haven't seen any indication that he isn't Ren free. I imagine that he is. I don't think there's any risk of playing Turtle early and starting to get the armor building up on it throughout the round. So that's where we're going to lead first. Also, this big bait. Lock, removal, which I would rather have done onto the Draco Turtle as opposed to the Sigvald. Sigvald is more valuable. Okay. Savage Bear. He's not going to do anything though with it. We could play this Sigvald immediately, which I don't hate.
Folk never understand.
Stand before the Queen of Skellige.
He's playing discard package as well. He hasn't thinned his back row fish, so that could be quite dangerous for him. Did he just throw out a Tears of Siren? Okay. I think he did. Yeah, that came off of his deck, which means he's non-Ren free. So there could definitely be a heat wave. I think we can start pinging this. I really see why not. Maybe this is a compass deck. And free compass. There's no Ryogan. He spent all of his whisper, or all of his messengers. He can get one back with Fukusia, but we can just immediately kill it. But yeah, you see that we now, we just stack these big threats. A deck like this that can't really control them. We can control, our threats create control in the form of nut while creating like an infinite ceiling of points, so it's incredibly brutal to play against. Yeah. brings the Savage Bear back. As you can see, we're already at 15 points here with 14 bleed on it. And our turtle's up to 10 armor. So. Okay, sure, Kraken. Does it really matter? I don't think so. Here we just kill everything really. Let's play this here, I guess. This just gives us points, to be honest. It'll kill the nut, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we could boost the nut with the ale if we wanted to. Could also just kill the nut with the Sigvald once it's at 1. And then bring it back. We'll just bring it back with Sigdrift was right. Okay. There's the fish. I don't think the opponent ever brought the fish out, so quite fortunate of him to play Burn a Brand there without bringing the fish out and then still not drawing them even though the deck's this small. Let's kill that. We just kill really everything. And we'd like the Kraken to go back there because we're just going to kill it again. I think we'll play this card now. I'm not going to greed it and like lose it to a what's that one, the one beast that deals 3 damage that from the rain. You can play one. Okay.
The goddess protect you from all evil.
That's the measure of your life.
Keep stacking here. We'll wait on triggering this all the way. We'll let even the rain just hit it down. We don't have to worry about anything.
He shall be mine.
He's gonna rope out here and toss away his best cards, probably. Got fortunate, very fortunate again here, and didn't throw away any of the golds in his hand, even though it seemed like a total rope. But maybe the timing is a little bit off for me. But let's bring the nut back now.
You are weak.
Guess we can just play this small blood now. Looks pretty good. And as you can see, we're ahead by a few. Yeah. As you can see, we're winning by an infinite amount of points because they can't take a long round versus us and they can't answer any of our threats. I mean, we're up by 50 on the board, but we have 40 plus points on Sigvald. The nut going off, we have the turtle, we have the click. The game is an incredible blowout. So that's some of the power of Self-Wound. Is certain matchups you just automatically win. Let's get into another one. Looks like we got Bullet 28 Symbiosis. So right off the bat, Symbiosis generally doesn't run Heatwave. They generally run Eskel as opposed to Heatwave, and they're a swarming deck, so Svalblood should be incredibly effective versus them. Our hand here is very awkward, but luckily we don't have blue coin. That is really the only way that Symbiosis can beat you, is if they can coin abuse you. Okay, this is fine. I'm gonna get rid of verification. Okay. They shouldn't play any artifacts. Here. See what the opponent commits here. I'm sure that he's going to attempt to save everything. He's going to know that Self-Wound doesn't play in too much. And I'm going to attempt to probably save every card. Spends a Wandering Tramp for the removal. Well played by the opponent there. And as you can see, Symbiosis has played a bunch of bronze cards and is up by 21 points very easily. We played bronze cards also, and just nowhere, even in the vicinity of the points that this deck puts out quickly. So no Aquan even. Okay. I don't think we need Spores too much in this matchup. I do think they'll probably lock something. Unfortunately, we're really missing all of our payoff cards here. And yeah, I mean, if we're missing a Nero, and yeah, this is definitely the main weakness of Self-Wound. We should get 2 out here quite easily. So looks like we lose. We didn't draw any cards. And that's the thing, like when I was talking about earlier, is all of your combo pieces in this deck are relying on each other. So if you have this situation in draws where you don't have the combo pieces that go with each other, you automatically lose, because you know we don't have those. Right, Turtle and Cartrolled can go together. That's not enough to stop Symbiosis in a long round too. You know, Sigvald and the Nut go together. We don't have the Nut. Svalblood and Totem and Svalblood himself go together. We don't have the Svalblood. So, you know, we have the golds, but none of these work with each other. And if even if we did say even if we had Svalblood instead of the turtle, we would be okay in this round. But unless our opponent is doesn't know what they're doing and they can't tell, then we just lose the game. But we'll see what they do. You just keep playing, and you just hope. That's really all there is to do left. Because yeah, we'll play pretty quickly probably. There's really not much to be done here. We have no way to generate any points without a Nut or a Svalblood, so can do that. We could have clicked there, but it doesn't even matter. Maybe we will next turn. Could also click it onto the Sigvald. Okay, yeah, that's a better thing to answer anyway. Do that.
Magic is a curse, a blessing, and progress.
Just start flipping these. I don't want to give him the inclination that we don't have it. So we're gonna click the turtle. It's a bit of a bluff. We're probably gonna play this Drake card next and start clicking onto it. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this too. Skellige just absolutely crushes. This is quite fine, since it's fog. It really doesn't give him any points. It's just going to flip these for us. And these are going to eat the damage quite nicely. So these are actually going to play for like 16, the totem. 16, they're going to play as 8s, essentially. Marjoram this Drakkar. So he's gonna have an Eskel. Could also play the Sigvald here.
Gordon and folk will never understand.
Maybe he'll pass to it. But we'll probably go for the Marjoram onto the Sigvald, click it onto the turtle. It's kind of the idea. We'll play this up here next. We'll click the turtle, leave the armor on the ship. But we could still click this ship. The armor will come back and it'll get pinged by the frost. Okay, so our opponent does quit the bleed here, which is incredibly fortunate for us. And we have managed to get out on even cards. We don't have any more clicks with the controlled, but our opponent does have Simless. They should have Simless. We did draw the Small Blood, which is really good to see. I'm really concerned about a Ciaran or a Moran. There should be one. Okay, we do get the Aniro, which is really key, because we were missing the Nut and we were missing Vildkarl. We will take the Nut over the Vildkarl, I believe, in order to remove something. And here, I believe, yeah, we just go for the Sigvald always. Sigvald is better than everything else. I'll have to escalate. Okay, so maybe this was the wrong idea then, the ale maybe was wrong. But we could play this and play the ale onto it even.
What's 3 hours in the eye? A pinprick, that's what!
Gets rebuked. Oh no, it's a Naiad fledgling. That's fine. Hit this like this. Starts ticking this down as well. See if we can create enough points here. It should be a pretty tall task. But he is starting to swarm. So. And this will deal enough now damage to trigger this immediately. You do have to trigger 8 damage. So in order to spawn this, and you do want it to be able to spawn off of the first proc of it. So that's a little something to take into consideration. Now that there is 7 or 8 other bodies on the board, he'll proc. I think maybe if there was one less, he would still too, but... now it's just a question, do we wait one, or... I think we'll go take the Vildkarl now, though. Not too far behind in points, although we are down another card, and all we have is a 4P, so it's really just Fall Blood versus his whole hand. Okay. Now he does have the Simless into the double. Equinox should win him the game. Unless I can find a way to deal enough damage here. This needs to go down to 3. It's going to go down to 4, so it needs to take 2 more damage. Well, we could actually take this down to 1. No. Go here. I'm gonna heal this. kills that. See the point swing from the Small Blood with this Ceres card. Okay, so his last card is Simless. It's gonna play for 24 points. Right? 1 plus 2 10s. Plus 2 procs. Oh, plus 4. Okay, so it's plus 4. It's 25 points. He gets to 33. Do lose here by 3 points, unfortunately. That's the difference, right? You miss a gold. That's pretty much all you need to make the difference. Okay, he does have counsel into it as well, so it's even further. It's even further of a gap. But yeah, that's how to win with Symbiosis versus Self-Wound. Our opponent played that ideally, kept his big win con for the end of the game for his last say. He bled out enough of our tools. We didn't have the right combo pieces to get effective points in round 2, and those are the games you lose, even in a favorable matchup, right? That's the sort of the pitfall of Self-Wound, and so that's why you should always bleed Self-Wound. If you're playing a deck like Symbiosis, you want to bleed down as far as you can. Try and get out those cards, see what your opponent is drawn, because you are relying just on a Nero. I obviously didn't play Maxi in the first round to shuffle the deck, so there's really no indication about what my hand is like, whether I have this Fall Blood or not. If I had this Fall Blood in round 2, I quite easily win the game because I can play it in round 2 instead of round 3. I can save Sigvald and maybe replay him after he gets Escaled, and then start killing off things like the Fledgling in round 3, but we didn't have that option. And I felt I had to, because honestly, our opponent could have very easily just 2-0'd us, but he was trying to play to his win cons. He did it his way of doing it, still worked for him. But if he would have known, had the information to know, he would have been able to just 2-0 us right away. Because yeah, we were just missing the combinations required to make points. Okay, we got Merly. He's playing Cove. This will be an interesting matchup. He can seize things, which is scary. And we are going first. We can discard this Ale. We don't have any means of proccing it, so. And we have a pretty good hand here. We've got a Nero. We've got we've got some golds, right? I think we can get rid of the right here. We're gonna get rid of it. We do draw into a boat, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna play this first. I'm gonna click here right away. We're gonna get rid of this Ale, since Syndicate won't have a lock. And we'll probably play this Drakkar next. Okay, he plays a Bloody Good Friends. He's gonna try to swipe this. He's gonna try to ping it down to 3 and then swipe it. So it'll take quite a bit of coin spending, but you can just use the Berserk on it and steal the card. Okay, nifty, using the Furco tag to get the fourth tag, excuse me. Maybe he should have spent one less. He wasted a coin there. But the result is the same nonetheless. Now we have an option here. We can try to play a 12 and see if that's enough points to get us ahead. He's up by 6 already. Things to sort of map out. Like, you may just be losing on even in certain matchups like this one. Unless you want to do something drastic, like commit in heavily and try to start removing things from the board. Maybe that's an approach we should have taken immediately.
If I go down,
Maybe we can just get out more PTS. We'll see. In this matchup, we maybe should have considered just playing the Sigvald in the nut in round 1 in order to take round 1 and force the round. But it seems like our opponent, for some reason, let us out of the round. It was very nice, very kind of him. I don't understand why at all. Okay, he didn't lose anything on the PTS. He had to spend it down to 3 because this has this one a shared tag with the Furka, so it was actually the same. It was correct. Did let us out for some reason, so we will take that opportunity every day. Didn't think it would happen, but okay. Now this is something that could be stolen. Can maybe prevent things from being stolen with the vial and play uninteractively, but I kind of like the Marjoram's more than it anyway. Priest is fine, he could steal it. He only has so many of those left. Verify this. Am I afraid of 2-0? I'm not. We have, if you can see in this hand, we have multiple combo pieces as opposed to last game. We have Nut plus Sigvald and we have Totem plus Svalblood, as well as Karatrold in our Dwim, which can't be answered. So I think for that reason we can take this negative point play and we can generate the carryover from it. And we will take whatever else we need, be it the turtle or the Vildkarl that we don't draw into in the next round. Alright, another BGF. We will play our own Karatrold out here. Play a Blacksmith, I think. Don't want him to steal the boat. This is a little less annoying for him to take. Okay, very nice. I think we're just gonna take the kill on this because it's worth a lot.
Continent folk will never understand.
And keeps us ahead very nicely. Starts to add this bleeding onto the Sigvald. And we'll be able to start killing stuff. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Let's go in for the poison route then. Let's just refresh this. And, we'll see what he chooses to do. We'll let him out if he wants to.
One man's battlefield is another man's ripe patch for harvest.
Okay. Steals the Dwim. Interesting, okay. Just kill the Sea Jackal. Does make this smaller. What we should do is probably kill the bird. Probably click here and kill the bird. Like that. Junior? Sure. We'll just take a kill on the Junior. I think now.
I kneel to small blood and small blood alone. You can very well be the deal of a lifetime.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a PTS target. He's gonna take a dip on this? Sure. He's gonna try to steal it. Can we get this
Accept our sacrifice!
going? Gonna try to steal my nut.
I swear it.
Sure. Oh, very nice. Guess we go totem then. Because we can still get ahead. Totem is 10. We can still get ahead with the Mardrum after playing totem. Or if he plays all the way in, we can still get ahead with the blob. See if he goes for the Siggy. He does. It's just a matter of,
Be so kind as
do we have
to
enough?
follow me.
I think we do.
Who do I spy?
But we'll see. I mean, this is quite a huge play.
Olive skin, vertical pupils.
We can also kill one of our, these guys. Okay. Very nice. Just go here. We go here. Yeah, we just very simply get ahead. You know, really easy. And that's the power of Self-Wound. Opponent forfeits right away, knowing that the game is over. Should climb nicely. Don't see too many GGs up at this rank. Games are tense and they're sweaty, so no love lost, but it's okay. We've got COHarmony here.
Nothing like a dwarf to get you out of a tight spot.
And this is a common deck that you'll see a lot in this season. I imagine next season it won't be too popular, but it will still be strong despite that. So it should still be a possibility to see some play. We do have red coin, which we like. It's definitely a deck that prefers to play from red. We don't have many ways to push for winning round one, unless you're willing to really commit your cards. Unless you're really, you absolutely have to. For instance, a deck where you would play your cards, your golds in round one, are going to be something like decks that generate huge carryover off of their round one. So, for instance, Alumni is the main example here. Alumni is a deck that can build up a ton of carryover and get the ability in later rounds to control your board. So it might be fine to just jam Sigvald Nut and just start wiping off every Alumni they put to the board. Often they can't control you at all to start the round. So that's pretty valuable strategy.
I'll smash your mug! Shut the fight, you bastard!
Okay. Dwarven Chariot is interesting. It's a very weak pull off of Saskia, but it's quite a unique tag. I don't think it's... I personally wouldn't put it in there for 5 provisions to pull off of her. To each their own. Let's see what we're gonna draw. So yeah, we're gonna draw the Spallblood, the Sigvald, and the Totem, which is quite good. That means our Nero Tart, and we don't have to worry about drawing into Sirius. She's quite low in the deck. So we'll let Nero into the Controlled next round, and we already have a Nero in our hand. So yeah, we'll use our Nero for. Let me show these. We'll use our Neros for Controlled, and then maybe Nut. But we might even draw into him. So this is great. Very good. We'll have the verification too if we need it. We may need to do a Nero into that. We'll see. You just take Vial here, I think. We'll probably save this ale. I think it could definitely come in handy. Okay, we get a poison out. It's very good to see.
None shall tread on us.
Most poisons can be dangerous. So maybe the boosting one is better. For instance, this Crow's Eye. Don't remember it. I wasn't really paying attention to the bronzes. Just making sure that I have all my key gold, so I don't know where it is in the deck. I think what we'll do is just play this Vial here.
The wood shall turn against you.
Okay. Get out of here. Down by a lot of points. Priest here. Priest is great. I actually think what we'll get rid of is either Dwim or Right. Maybe it's Right. Maybe it's Ale. Let's just get rid of these. If he plays in, we'll probably go for the
The
verification.
waters of Broccolon, their taste still upon my lips.
For right now, let's just play the Drakkar and let's play the Priest and see if we can bait these initial poisons. Generally, they want to play their Harmony engines first. Doesn't look like he's going to play in with the... Okay, so we'll probably need the Nut here. Oof. This was actually kind of a hard decision because we're missing these two pieces of the puzzle. These points can get a lot, but they can't ever get too crazy, I don't think. Just develop our own engine here, honestly. Yeah, this card is scary for a 5 provision double engine. Okay. Interesting. So I think we gotta take the Control. Oh, this is very good to get.
I will slopped off 3
Pretty
heads.
beautiful card to get in this matchup. Because whenever explosion happens, he heals up entirely. It's very good. This is some sort of movement harmony variant. Very cool. But we can just remove the... We'll just remove this boar with this turtle. Yeah. We can poison that. That's actually quite fine with me. I don't mind. The movement's a little bit annoying, but that's alright.
Traveling is an option, you see. One of the better ones.
We don't have too much to fear. Can play the totem.
The wilds shall
Okay,
reclaim
it's really good. He
your
got good value off of there, but We'll give him what he wants in terms of the Small Blood here. I imagine that's what he's looking for. Just let him play a little bit more. Still going. Okay, he's even going to go as far as playing in all the way with the Rixus. Yeah. Doesn't, probably doesn't help him too much here. Just take the Control on this. And we'll drop the Blob. Can wait until next round to play the next click here. No, we can't. He's pushing in despite this situation. So I guess we take Turtle then.
What do you need?
Get those ahead. Alright, I think we're okay. Opponent doesn't have too much left here. We can verify him. But I think this is our best hand here. We'll just do Nero for the nut. Go here with the Sigvald. Might have a lock or something, I don't know. It's hard to know. Yeah, we'll take the nut here.
Cursed are the meek, we say.
Start tapping away here. Okay, it's gonna lock us, sure. This is not the correct lock target, but okay. Doesn't look like our opponent has a
I am one with nature. Are you?
and he's gonna rope it out to the end. Good game. And we continue to climb, ticking up We only get about 5 MMR per win here, this level. And we lose 10, about 10, so you have to win about 2 out of every 3 games. And we'll probably just end this one on this game against Paya. We'll see if we can beat him. We do have blue coin here. See what he figures out to do. I don't think this card is going to be relevant. So maybe we get rid of it. Get rid of one of these. It's good. I think we'll just throw this, and I think we'll probably... We could get rid... I mean, our hand is good enough. We could probably get rid of the maxi. If we really want. But I think I'm going to keep her anyway. I think I'm just going to keep this, actually. We're going to keep... Let's play this off the bat. Get the boat going. I think we'll get rid of this ale. It's the least relevant card. Benefice Technique, sure. I'm gonna still play this anyway. Gonna have to follow up the poison.
How's you doing business with you?
Axie here. Looks like we're missing most of our golds. All of our golds are at the bottom of the deck, so pretty good that we kept the maxi. Or else we would have lost the game. You can't miss golds versus Pajabol. That's another rule.
Knees are drowning in shite, but
if you do, you lose. It's generally how it goes every single time. And right now we could play the vial. That would be consideration. Just play this vial. See what he wants to do. See how much he's going to play in. He might be looking to pass. You never really know with this deck. Maybe he wants round control, maybe he wants to pass. Maybe he doesn't have the right spenders that he wants. Okay, so he does get big tempo. But we'll have to play this build, Carl. Hopefully we can stay ahead. But unfortunately, I think we're losing on even here. Because he's gonna punish us. Should have played this next to the priest instead of playing this Drakar for 4 points of tempo. Would have allowed us to pass. Here he can jam a 3 and spend. No, he can't. Can't get there with a guard, with an Oxenford guard. A Sea Jackal. I don't think he plays it. He does play the row damage card. Guess that might get him there. Not sure. Plunder could get him there with a Sea Jackal. It's a failed experiment. Around here. This is a big poison, so if he has the poison, he will win on even, but we do manage to sneak out of the round here.
on the count of 3, we go in.
Okay.
1, 2.
Got 1 sesame in the grave. But it's nothing too crazy. He's not going to play boat. He's going to play an Ixora. We're going to need an answer for. We need to be able to answer the Ixora quickly. So maybe we even keep this instead of going too tall. This is going to be good. I guess we do keep mulliganing, huh? 'Cause there's more golds we want. We keep going. This will help with poisons. Interesting. Let's just pass.
I once lopped off 3 heads with one blow.
Interesting. Last time I played him, he was still running Ixora. That should be a pretty dangerous card to play against. He's running poisons. He has more of them. And they are pretty dangerous, to be honest. He could find one off... Well, we're going to probably verify this Novigrad. So maybe the poison isn't too much of a threat. Potentially not. What are we looking for? Totem. I think I'm gonna keep it. We're just looking for totem here. I think we're gonna keep it to protect from the poison. We do have to be a little concerned about Philippa here. I think I'm gonna lead Totem here. Due to the Ixora threat. Which is a major threat versus our deck. Yeah, we're gonna immediately take this bear on that. Maybe there's a consideration to bear the candle over this card though. But I acted quickly. Philippa is the only thing that's going to keep him in this game. Which is very frustrating. I guess we'll just get it over with then, because he's going to take something. Let's just let him take the turtle. If he doesn't take it, maybe we'll boost it. Or we could play the nut. Taking the nut's also bad, but I'd rather him take the turtle.
You do not deserve to live.
It's not nearly as bad. I don't think he can use it against us. I mean, it does help mitigate a lot of this fall blood damage, but other than that, it's not too dangerous. I'd say this Sigvald is going to be more dangerous for him. He can Morels this. I mean, it would be impressive in some ways to see. We could have immediately killed this here. Maybe we should have considered doing that. The only thing is, I kind of want to kill stuff that spends coins. We want to kill the Ixora. It's a mage. Those are good to kill too. Just gonna flip my abominations.
Show me what flows in your veins.
Maybe he'll junior this nut.
We've not had enough.
To be expected. He's gonna let us just kill the junior right away again.
Maim, kill!
Get that junior app out of here. And get this nut back active. Make him Morels this. He does find that. Wow, very, very skilled. Should have definitely taken the Sigvald onto the turtle back there. That was probably game losing. But we'll see. And also not mulliganing this crow's eye away, I think was probably wrong. Looks like he doesn't really have the poisons or isn't going for them. He's not going to go for them on Sigvald, right? Let's take this. We'll get rid of this cob. Now we can go for the full proc here, or we could wait. Okay, he's gonna go for the Morels on the Sigvald here.
My guts more than a filthy mage.
Sure. I want to use this to trigger clashing this against this. Trigger it. Oh, that didn't work. It's pretty stupid. Let's use these.
I value adventures only independence can provide.
Steal 3. Like this, I guess. I think we're lost here. But, yeah, this card is devastating in this matchup. I'm trying to think if there's anything... We could have dueled the turtle. That would have been smart. He's not really going to get much value off of this. Just see how these chips lie. Okay, yeah, we lose by a lot here. Maybe if we kill this turtle with the Sigvald. But yeah, he's just got every really every. Maybe that was a big enough mistake, I think. But yeah, little micro mistakes micro mistake there. Definitely should have killed the turtle. I think it's possible, but he probably even had sesames left over. He always had last say with the guard, so is what it is. We'll see if we can keep climbing, but we're gonna end these videos here. Hopefully that some of these games taught you something, and you can go and play it for yourself. Take care. Thanks for watching.